Right. Good afternoon, people. Hope you guys are staying well and safe. Today's video is about gloves, selecting gloves, basically. Now, it is a critical part of an everyday work to wear gloves, particularly when you're sort of utilizing flux and things like that. Secondly, with COVID-19, when you've got something coming into the premises, you want to sort of sanitize that first thing first. So wearing a pair of gloves is absolutely essential. Okay. So I've got 5 boxes of gloves here to choose from, and I'll keep it short as possible, and which one I feel is what I can use every day, and the texture and it's much more comfortable. Sometime I'm working and I could be on several hours utilizing these a pair of gloves basically, and some tear very easily, others start sort of itching your hand, so some of them got textures that are just absolutely rubbish basically. So I will begin from here and then up to some of the expensive gloves basically. Okay, so first thing first, this box, they're all pack of hundreds pair, 100 gloves in a box basically, so that's roughly about 50 pair. When I said roughly, that some of the boxes says that is measured on weight, so the estimated quantity is 100 basically. So for example, like here, 100 gloves by weight, if you know what I mean. So but usually that's what the quantity basically, just so that you're not getting wrong figures and things like that off me. Okay, so these, all right, they're all pretty much large size. Yes, they are. Okay, now as I'm these don't stretch. Okay, and what brand are these? Onetouch. That's the brand. It's the code. Okay, anything else? So if you want to pause the video and have a look at some of the things, you can do. Now remember that these all latex gloves have a expiry date. Whether that matters or not, I don't know. I've not surpassed the expiry date with the glove, so I don't know what happens to the glove. But more than likely, they'll start deforming or ripping and all this business, right? So anyway, coming back onto the this particular box, basically, I'm just trying to think. Okay, this is obviously, as I'm trying to pull in, it's not stretching as much, basically. Now this pair out of the lot and this box as well, which is that. Okay, what I've found, them 2 boxes, they're just the color variations basically, and just two different brands. They're okay for doing cleaning up and things like that, and you're taking them off and throwing them away basically. But if you're planning to use them on hour on end, absolutely no. Okay, because it starts irritating your hand. I don't think it breathes as good as it should do in comparison to these basically. So cooking, cleaning, general use for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, yes, 100%. Get rid of them. Okay, use them, get rid of them, basically. Now, what I have noticed is that they do sort of have a tendency of tearing, basically. Like with all the gloves, if you pull them the wrong way, it will tear. But these I just don't feel, it's too tight. It's not stretching as well. I mean, look at this. It's just like, there's no movement of, it's just too tight on the hands basically, and the same applies to these. So I suppose, I don't know why I got the second box, but I thought I'll just show you, just because it's 2 different variations of colors basically. It's exactly the similar material basically. It's not stretchy, so I don't feel comfortable using them basically. So these 2 boxes have been passed on to me wife, so that she can utilize them. So these definitely no if you're working on electronics and if you want to use a pair for an hour on ends basically. So definitely, so those are not my preferred gloves basically. Now moving on to them 3. Okay, these are very expensive. They are very expensive, and they're good quality gloves, and you're paying an arm and a leg for a pair of box, a box like this basically. How many is in a box? Let's have a look. 50 pieces in a box. Okay, there you go. And I have been using a pair while I serviced the gearbox and the BMW basically, and it lasted near enough the entire process basically. So I will give a thumbs up. However, again, these are large pairs, and I'm literally sort of struggling to get them on. But when they're on, they're nice and snug. There's a bit of like a ripple type of effect on the thingy, so that it can grip things better, basically. But yeah, it is a bit tight. I have teared a few, basically, as I'm putting them on, but not as bad as this one, the bold. Okay, well, come back to that after. Let's just talk about this. As I said, these they're okay. They're brilliant. It's more for a little bit more for like mechanics, basically. I would, not for my type of work, but I bought it just to try it out, and see how we go on with it. But ideally, you want for a mechanic. These are very, very, it feels heavy duty. It feels, good basically, and it feels that it'll last quite a bit of throughout the day, or as long as it could, basically, depending on what sort of stuff you're handling and all that. Sometimes you might handle a sharp object and it'll just tear it, basically. So it just all boils down to the user basically, as to what they're using it for. But in terms of just doing what I do, it's just a bit too stiff and kind of a not so comfortable feeling, basically. But out of all the gloves, these are the heavy duty ones, basically. Okay, so let's put this. Okay, rating out of 10, I'd probably give about 7. That's what I would do with these, basically. That's considering the quality, the durability, and the pricing point. Now, these are expensive. Because of the lockdown and the pandemic, the prices of gloves in general have jumped. So, for example, I bought these for about £5.95, £6.50. They've gone in the region of 20-25 quid. So let's not question about what the prices of these are. Have a look around and see if you can find them cheap. But these will be in excess of at least £15-20 plus, basically. All right. So I rate these as 7. That can be put to a side. Coming on to these. Okay, I'm going to leave this box as a last, and you'll know why towards the end of the video. Okay, those are the gloves. Okay, they're very popular. Okay, now the texture, it feels heavy duty. It feels like it's going to last, and it feels just as good as these, but these are slightly thicker. However, sadly, and I'm sorry to sort of break the bank for those who are selling these gloves, is that these, out of them 3 boxes, these are the ones that tear very easily, basically. These blue ones, it's actually the black ones, basically. The blue one, I'm pretty sure mostly they are the black ones, basically. Yeah, the blue ones are just a separate pair of gloves what my mate gave me, as I went into his garage and just grabbed a lot and just gave it on my hand to try these out, basically. So sadly, I can't recommend these. I've had many boxes, and as you're putting them on the tear, they start ripping around the finger as a whole chunk just comes off, and they tear very easily. So as I said before, that out of all them 3 boxes, this is my least favorite, and I would rate these as out of 10, 4, basically, because of the cost factors. You're paying silly money for these boxes now, but they're not as durable as these or them. Okay, so I can keep things very simple and short, basically. So that would be the least favorite out of all them 3, basically, as I repeat. Okay, so in terms of the text, as I said, it's just the plastic. I don't know. I mean, and the thing is that I do tend to get irritation on my skin after a while with these, basically. So I don't think these are as breathable as in comparison to these gloves, basically. Okay, so onto the final box, which are these. And yes, all these are dated 2023. I'm going to peel that sticker off and see what it says underneath it, basically. I never even thought of that, and didn't occur to me for a second. Let's see what's underneath it. Right, so that's got a date of 2025, and they've reprinted 2023, basically. So maybe, I don't know. I just don't know. These were produced in 07/2020, basically. So, don't know why they've done that. To my mind, out of all the boxes of gloves and all the variations of gloves that I've utilized, I think that these are the best gloves by far for my level of work. Okay, so I'm going to take these out of context, put them away, and let's talk about those gloves in general. And just to recap, that this is not a paid promotion, basically. This is my it's entirely my view on these pair of gloves, basically. Right, so put them on. Nice and soft. It feels that it feels like you can put them on. I normally I could do with medium size, but I go with the large because I can just take them off and reuse them, basically. Considering how expensive the gloves are these days, yes, that's one of the reasons why I bought quite a lot of these boxes, basically, and I probably it'll last me years, basically. And I got them in a good deal from a friend again. Okay, so very, very smooth silk type of feel. It barely feels that it's on your hand, basically. It breathes very well, and the texture is it's, I believe, I may be wrong, but this is where, you know, like I've seen dentists using these type of colored gloves, basically, and there's such a thing. So I just can't emphasize how awesome these pair of gloves are, basically. You know, so this pair, I've used it for the entire yesterday. Done many things throughout the day, and I've only got a small tear here, just a teeny weeny tear there. Okay, and there is another tear somewhere which I'm not gonna find now. I'm pretty sure I have seen another tear somewhere, a small one. Right, no. So I can't find it now. So sadly, I'm just going to go off with the fact that this is the only tear. And that's me utilizing, handling computers, phones, electronics, this, that, cleaning, everything. It's lasted me near enough throughout the day, basically. So would I rate these gloves? Absolutely, versus all the other gloves that I've utilized. Okay, so you've got these and these. These are my least favorite. Second favorite, and on the top of the game, this is what I would recommend if you want to sort of utilize, go for this Unigloves, basically. And that's the Zero and Advanced series glove, basically. That's what I would strongly recommend. And believe me, honest to God, that when they're on, you just you feel the comfort on them. There's no roughness, even on the, you know, to your skin. There's no irritation. You can use these all day long, basically. Ideally, I would recommend just take them off and let your hand to breathe, just so that you don't have, you know, your skin's not suffering from any sort of reactions and all that throughout the day. But these are by far these are the most comfortable gloves that you can use, basically. Until you don't try it, you're not going to understand exactly what I'm referring to. Get one of these boxes, try it, and believe me, you won't regret it. What would I rate them? I would rate them 9 out of 10, basically. There's no such thing as 10 out of 10, right? This is the best that I would recommend to my viewers or to anybody basically. And as I said, they're very durable, and the comfort level is far beyond belief basically. So there we are. Okay, have a look online. I got them through someone else basically, about 15 boxes, and paid a fairly decent price. When I say decent price, it's, we won't go into all that now. Okay, considering what the glove boxes are worth at the moment, per boxes are worth at the moment, even on eBay, these are about 18 to 22 quid basically. They're expensive, and I haven't checked the prices on these, sadly, but you've got the details. You can look up online and see if you can source the medium and the large, or whatever the size that's required for yourself basically. But yeah, thumbs up 100% for these gloves. That's all. Take care, look after yourself, and I'll catch up with you in my next video. Bye for now.